I'm Jay Heilman, founder of Today's Christian Entertainment and host of Kingdom Builder TV, and I just want to thank you so much for coming by to check out our Dove coverage this year. This year was unique. Not only was it our 20th year between Christian Music Review and Today's Christian Entertainment, but it was just a special trip to Nashville, Tennessee to cover the 55th Annual Dove Awards live from Nashville, and I had a celebrity guest join me to do a lot of these interviews with us. Billy Buchanan, former Fusebox singer, and was also a part of Rebecca St. James's band as her guitarist for years. And Billy and I got a chance to go to Nashville, attend the Dove Awards, and walk the red carpet and do a lot of interviews. Unfortunately, a lot of the interviews didn't come out because our microphone actually died. So we have all of the ones that did come out good here for you to watch. So check these out. Thank you so much for all of your support of what we do here at Today's Christian and Kingdom Builder TV. And we hope you enjoy these videos. And just so you know, these videos are unedited. So all of the funny stuff, all the behind the scenes stuff, you're gonna see these in the videos. So hopefully you like it. Be sure to like, subscribe here, and share Today's Christian Entertainment and Kingdom Builder TV with all your friends and family. Thank you so much for your support of the last 20 years, and God bless you.
So we're here live from the red carpet of the Dove Awards, and I'm excited because I've heard these guys on the radio for years, both solo and with Bethel Music, but I got Brian and Jenn Johnson here. Now, you guys have been here quite a few times, but this year you guys are nominated for 3 nominations: Holy Forever, Song of the Year, Spanish Language Worship, Recorded Song of the Year, and Children's Recorded Song of the Year. What's it like? What is it like being nominated for your body of work? I mean, that has to be exciting to know that that we're here and you potentially take these awards home for this awesome writing you guys did.
It's been really beautiful just to see where the songs have gone and how many people they've ministered to and connected them to God, and that's the goal is for us. So just to see that happen has been just really beautiful.
I think it's not like the sign that you did what you're supposed to do and obedience and everything, but it is fun to see an idea that you have. Maybe you feel like God gave you this idea or whatever, and then you try to craft it as best you can and then see what happens with it. It's really fun.
Yeah.
And for us, the church songs, people singing songs at church has been a focus, and so seeing a song like this go around the world and just kind of take on a life of its own is always fun.
Yeah.
Because then you feel like God's got a part of it,
Yeah.
And it's fun to see that.
And you guys record sometimes a husband-wife duo, and separate stuff. But Bethel Music is huge. I mean, Bethel Music is responsible for so many great uplifting worship songs. What is it like being a part of something that has ministered to so many people around the world with Bethel?
We've been doing this now. We've been doing worship with Bethel for 25 years now, and this coming June is, and it's just been incredible to see just who God's brought through, and just the seasons of just the different incredible people that we've gotten to work with and still are working with to this day. So just really beautiful people, and I think that what we've been able to do together and individually has just been it's really been amazing.
That's awesome. Well, one last question. You guys make music, but what music ministers to you? Is there any artists that are out today that have a special place in your heart that have really ministered to you where you're at?
That's a long list probably for both of us, right? We go way back in Christian music, CCM, gospel, worship, all of it. And so, Toby Mac, I know every word of Jesus Freak, and just the godmothers, Cece Winans, Darlene Check, the Vineyard movement, we just have so many influences, Martin Smith, so many incredible people that have gone before us that changed our life. And even to this day, Brooke Lidgerwood is just such a special worship leader. We love worship. I'm thankful for all of the different genres, but, just worship is what speaks to my heart probably the most. So, long list. How about you?
I don't know. Everyone.
Everyone. A lot of good humans.
There's so many.
Yeah.
So many.
That's awesome. Well, guys, good luck tonight. Thank you so much for stopping by, and we greatly appreciate everything that you guys put into music because it's ministered to me and my family. And I can't tell you.
Larry Gatlin. I'll trade Liz with you, bro. Wait, I would love that. I'm going to say this. You want to do it? Let's do it. I just traded hats.
Look at the
Look at the camera. I just traded hats with Larry freaking Gatlin, man. I am freaking out here.
Pretty snazzy in it.
You look pretty snazzy.
Can I pull it off? Am I pulling it
You're
off?
definitely pulling it off. You look great, by the way, man.
Thank you. I'm very blessed. I got good jeans. Is that thing
It's
on?
it's on.
This thing is on, and
It's a microphone.
guys, we are live on the red carpet at the Dove Awards, and to our amazing surprise, we have a legend here, Larry
Legend.
Gatlin. I mean,
You're very kind. Thank you.
so
I've been blessed.
I take it this isn't the first time you've been to the Dove Awards, right?
Well, you know, I think Bill Gaither and I were up for one many years ago. I'm eating a breath mint because I didn't want to be offensive.
I love it.
I heard a preacher one time say he had in a soul winning clinic. His name was Jack Hiles, I think, from up in Indiana. He said, "Take you some lifesavers. You can't lead nobody to Jesus if you got bad breath." And I love that. Well, Bill, and please forgive me. I think it's the only one for which, because I sure would have been there.
Yeah.
But writing the song with Bill, I love him, respect him. He and Gloria are wonderful people, great friends of mine. It's easy. It feels easy for us to get together and do it. So I have another friend, Bobby Tomerlin. Am I really making it? Is it really?
You
Does
are
it feel
working
that
He's pulling it off.
See, and like we used to do it, the people in the military would do it a little bit over the side.
Yeah.
And then all you have to do kind of touch it. That means, howdy, man. How y'all are? You know, you're
Yeah?
you're
Is it
right.
all right? I have a big head, man, so
That's all right.
that's good.
It's working. Good.
Okay.
It's working.
Okay.
So I feel really blessed. And like I say, if Bill and I win, fine. If my friend Bobby Tomlin's in the same group,
Okay.
if he wins, I'm gonna go, "You dirty rotten." No, I'm not. I'm gonna clap for the winner. You're not a loser if you've tried as hard
me
as
ask
you
you
can
this.
try, but rather a man if you can stand and cheer as a winner's go.
Amen.
So that's
So let me ask you this.
all right.
You've been in the game a long time.
Yeah.
So what does it feel like to still be relevant, being creative? 'Cause, you know, man, some people will write you off, right? We age out, you know. I'm an artist. I get it. So tell me what it feels like today to be here and be, you know, nominated and still in the game, man.
Well, again, that deal that Bill and I were greatly blessed. I mean, I tell somebody it's hard, it kind of sounds, it's not egotistical. It's a heart of gratitude.
Yes.
I don't know what part of perfect I'm willing to accept my standards. Because last week when Steve Rude and I got together in Madison, Kentucky, the home of Bethel and Howard Goodman, it was perfect.
Wow.
You got to take your hat off to God.
And then give it yours
Well, that's
back.
a good time. You know, that timing. See, but we sang like the Gatlin brothers. We sang all the notes.
Yeah.
And I cannot tell you how grateful I am for that. You know, Barbara Streisand had an old song called "Have I Stayed Too Long at the Fair?"
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. I only want to do it as long as we can do quality work.
Yeah, man.
We can draw our money. We give the the glory to God.
Yes.
And then we say thank you, and we go do something else.
That's awesome.
I don't want to embarrass me, my brothers. I don't want to embarrass Jesus.
Yeah, man.
Awesome.
Good to meet you, man.
It's nice to
Thanks
meet
so
you.
much, man.
You're a good cast,
Thank
man.
you.
Blessings to
Nice,
you,
Good
man.
to meet you.
Blessings
That
to
hat.
you.
That
That
hat.
hat. We trade extra. A lot of people think we have two.
Right? All right.
And it's Jay and
Billy.
Billy. Pleasure to meet you both.
Billy was in Fusebox, and he was also in Rebecca's backing
Wait,
band back in the day.
Fusebox is in Max Smallbone Fusebox?
Yes. Yes. We're gonna go into all that.
I'm scared. I'm afraid.
You should be.
All right.
You should be very afraid.
Okay,
I'm sure you've
all right.
heard stories.
Oh, many.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Hey everybody, we're here live from the red carpet of the Dove Awards, and I'm really excited because this guest right here and I go way back. I remember her when she first released music, but she's here under many different caps today. This is MŌRIAH, and you have been in movies now. You're a producer, been at awards, and you have a new solo record called Hasta Mañana that's coming out soon.
Well done on the pronunciation.
Yeah, well, I am from Florida, so I would hope I have.
Oh, come on. That's great.
Muy poquito español.
Oh,
Sí.
I'm impressed.
And I know that today is National Spanish Heritage Month, so what's it like being here again this year? Start with that.
Yeah, so every time I come to the Dove Awards, it's very much a reunion. This is my backyard. I live in Nashville, Tennessee. I get to see people I haven't seen in decades. You know, I get to see other artists that I'm a fan of. So it feels like a bit of a high school reunion.
All right, MŌRIAH,
Uh-oh. What?
for you folks who don't know,
I'm scared.
am I allowed to say this? This is
Yes, say it.
Joe Smallbone's wife.
Yes.
Now, I played guitar for Rebecca St. James for a lot of years. So I've known Joe since he was like 15.
Oh, his punk years.
Oh,
Punk kid
so
years.
I can tell you many stories. I used to beat him up on the tour bus,
I believe it.
headlocks, the whole deal. But I'm going to compliment your man really fast.
Okay.
Joe co-produced my band Fusebox's second record with me.
Yep.
And he was 17 years old,
Yep.
and he was brilliant. And that kid, man, like he couldn't like musically, maybe say what he wanted, like in a electro sense, but he knew exactly. Nope, doesn't sound right yet. Let's do this.
Yeah.
It was awesome. It was one of the best experiences. And it kind of to me, it kind of reminds me of the scripture about Timothy. Don't let somebody shun you because you're young, because that's what it was like. Because I was in my 30s at this point,
Yeah.
and he was 17, and he's told me many times, thank you for trusting me with that,
Yeah.
because I know he had the ears,
Yeah.
and it worked out great. We had some big singles off that record, and so yeah, man. Oh, you're killing me. You're killing me right now. You're killing me.
And now look where Joel's at.
Yeah, I'm so proud of those guys, man.
Yeah.
And he did really well with you, MŌRIAH.
Wow.
He
Thank
did
you.
really well.
I
So-
feel God. Yes.
Yeah, you forgot. So it's finally good to meet
Me
you.
too.
'Cause I feel like I've known you a long time, but it's awesome to meet you. And you're gonna do great. You're doing great. I'm excited to see what God continues to do in your life,
I appreciate that.
Joe's life, and Small Bones.
So one last question, Hasta Mañana. Tell us about this project. I'm excited
So
to hear this.
this
I
is
may
the
not know
first-
everything it's like said on the record. I have to
Yeah.
probably look it up, but tell us about it.
I will tell you all about it. It's the first release of my Latin country album. It's taking two worlds, the Latin community, my family, my legacy, and blending it with this beautiful community that I've been able to immerse into in Nashville, being here since 2010. And my family listens to country music. They love country music. And this is, believe it or not, the very first song I've ever put out that my family can actually understand,
Wow.
appreciate. They're pre-saving it. They're listening to it because it's got a little bit of Spanish in it. It's mainly English, but it's a way to honor my history and celebrate the present. It's a beautiful song. I can't wait for you to hear it.
That's awesome.
Can't wait to hear it.
We're looking forward to it.
Jackie, just send it to me. We'll have to see it. Well, thank you so much for coming by. It's good to see you again.
Good to see
Let's
you.
not wait another decade to see each
So
other
good
again.
at this guy. Oh my gosh. I can't wait for you.
Man,
What's up, bro?
Ryan?
Yes, sir. What's your name?
Billy Buchanan, man.
Okay. Sorry, I thought he was handing it to me. I was like, all right.
So, man, I used to play guitar for Rebecca St. James for a lot of years.
Oh, yeah.
I was the lead singer for a band called Fusebox. So,
Let's go, man.
so
Yeah, Rebecca St. James. I rode with her one time. Yeah, she's
Yeah.
amazing, bro.
great. So, congratulations, first of all.
Thank you.
Your nomination. So, for God Problems, tell me how you're feeling.
Yeah.
Tell me, is your first nomination?
It's my second
Okay.
time, yeah.
Okay, so what does it feel like compared to the first?
Well, the first time I was up for Best New Artist.
Awesome.
And this time it's nice because, I've been writing songs for years. I got my start writing songs, and that's really my first passion is just writing. So to be able to write a song, and I love, like, Maverick City took it and ran with it, and I knew in the room, I said, wow, this feels like I really own this. So to see it really come to fruition and to see them do that, it's just been a blessing.
Here's the real question. What does it feel like? Because I know this feeling to hear strangers singing your song, something that came out of your head
Yeah.
by obviously God's inspiration. What does that feel like to you?
I mean, it's a humbling experience, and especially because nobody knows you wrote it, and you can sit in the back and you just get to enjoy, and there's no accolades that you're trying to receive. You just get to experience, so it's definitely a blessing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Brother, congratulations,
Thank you
man.
so
Good
much,
luck
bro.
tonight, man. Dude, soak it
Soak
all
it
in.
in.
Soak it in, brother.
Yeah, I appreciate
Good to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you.
Hey everyone, I'm here live on the red carpet with Chris and Brock from the Wing Feather And this is a show that's on Angel right now. And I was telling them that my kids and I have watched season 1, haven't watched season 2, but for those who have not seen this awesome series yet, what can you guys tell us about it?
Man, if you love Chronicles of Narnia and Lord of the Rings, that world of fantasy, where it is just fantasy but deeply redemptive, Wingfeather Saga falls in that same category. And, I tell families all the time, they'll step in like, oh, it's an animated thing, it's a cartoon, whatever. It's a rich journey, and I just can't encourage families. As a dad of 6, I read the novel with my kiddos, and it was so powerful. And I think that some people come in going, oh, a little something, and then find as they go on the journey with us that it's more meaningful than they expected.
Yeah, you know what? The funny thing is I got a book. I actually have the book version that has the pictures from the series, and that's what got my kids interested. Like, they didn't know that it was they didn't know it was a series, and I'm like, you guys want to watch this? They're like, yeah. They were so excited. So when we sat down and watched it, they just loved it. And I'm hearing that you guys have another season coming out. Like, what are we going to expect from that?
Yeah, season 3 is coming, and I love that you read the Art of book first. Because one of the things we have, it has been such a treat about the show is it's a very visual experience, and our artists are kind of front and center. So you see brush strokes on the screen in our hand-painted style. And it's a very immersive world that invites your imagination to participate in it. So season 3 is more of that, where it's a new world. We're going into the ice prairies, so it's going to be snowy. Put your jacket on, get ready, bundle up, and there will be new trials and new adventures for our characters to overcome as they continue to flee the Fangs and find a new home. They have left Clipwood, and they are on a search for home again, and we'll see them in that environment.
Well, we're excited about this. Like I said, my kids love the show, and it's a way to distract them for a little while, but it's also good, wholesome family entertainment, and not have to worry about the content, and that's what I love about it, and just everything Angel's doing. Angel's doing a lot of amazing things, a lot of awesome movies coming out. The new Bonhoeffer movie that's coming out in November is an amazing movie. So, Chris and Brock, Wingfeather Saga, and it's just amazing, guys. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. We greatly appreciate it.
Glad to do it. Thanks for having us.
It didn't matter what the genre, the artist that I knew back in the day, we all really respected you, man. We all looked up to you. And how does that make you feel? Like, whether it's hip hop or pop or, contemporary, whatever it is, Southern gospel, everybody, man, really respects you as an artist, as a songwriter, your leadership. I don't know, man, speak on it, man. I just wanted to put that out there and let you go.
No pressure.
No pressure, man.
You know what? It's not about me.
Yeah.
As you grow in your faith, you realize it's not about you, and you start to become more sure of your calling, and it's calling above what your musical gifts are. I realized that probably a decade ago that God was calling me to father, and just kill people with kindness, and treat everybody with respect. And I wake up every day and think, God, what's my next assignment? And let me just permeate everything that you are to everybody I come in contact with. Whether that's with a bunch of musicians or worship leaders or Walgreens or Whole Foods, so.
Jay from Today's Christian Entertainment. First off, I'm from Lakeland, Florida.
Okay.
Here to represent
FLA.
Yes, sir.
Straight up.
I did a ride-along with you back when Tomorrow We Live came out.
Yes.
And I've loved you since then, but I was able to introduce my kids, because they're always listening to hip-hop, but not the good kind.
Right.
Like, you want to listen to hip-hop? Here it is. Got one of your records out, and I'll tell you what, it's so impactful. I mean, what is it like being a kid coming out of St. Petersburg, being able to say that you are influencing this next generation of young kids?
Well, first of all, God bless you, bro. I remember that ride along. That was dope. I wish I could do something like that again. It's the feelings that people are largely felt in the context of the impact that I have on my children. Okay, I have 2 boys and a little girl. Very, very confident in what I'm doing with my boys. Still trying to figure out my 4-year-old daughter. She is certainly in control, and the only child that I have who I disciplined one time, and then I apologized to her. But as I see them listen to the music, before, I don't know if they're gonna get this sample cleared, but the Holy Forever song, we remade that song into a hip hop jam. And my son heard it in the car. And he's been begging me all week, Daddy, when are you gonna be done with the song? I wanna hear it, I wanna hear it. And then I play the song for him, and then we talk about it afterwards. That is a sample size or a microcosm of what I think is happening around the world. And when I see that, it fuels what I'm trying to do. It encourages me when I feel discouraged. That, and also, I am Tampa for life. I mean, that's where all right, brother, I see you. God bless all one of you out there. But I've been serving in the city for a long time. And there is probably about 30 or 40 people that I have been doing life with for the last 13 years. And I've discipled many of them, and I've watched them as they've grown, and I've seen the stages of life, all of the ways in which I get to see in real time the gospel I'm rapping about impact the people I know. It affirms and confirms that I'm where I'm supposed to be, and it drives me to do more.
Jay Heilman from Today's Christian Entertainment. Stephen, first off, congratulations. 60 Dove Awards, that's like unprecedented. You know, when you think back in your career over the last 40 years, did you think you'd be where you are today, and just as celebrated for just all the amazing music that you've done over the years?
I, very honestly, my wife will tell you this, anyone who knows me well. In fact, Dennis Disney was my very first manager. He's probably here tonight. He's now an attorney and works with Mitchell Eric, and is still a manager. He and I were in college together at Belmont, and we were sitting side by side in physics of sound, which is the only reason I was able to pass that class, because he tutored me through and got me through. And things were starting to happen. I had a chance to make my first record, and I said, Dennis, I think I need a manager type person. And he said, well, I want to be a manager, so why don't I be your manager? That's how that started. And so he was my manager for the first couple of years, and he used to talk about, man, I think this is really, I think your songs are great, people are going to respond. And I used to try to tell him, Dennis, this is not that, I'm not Amy Grant, Michael W. Smith. I mean, those are the artists that, have that sort of large platform. I'm a singer-songwriter guy who just, if I can have a room full of people sharing my songs with, that'll be a win. That'll be all I could hope for. So I can honestly say, never imagined. The first Dove Award was unbelievable, and everyone since then have been like just more and more icing on the cake of this goodness of God that I've had the privilege of being a part of, this community, this family, so many, just faces of people that I have life with, have done life with. We've wept together, we've celebrated together, and that's what makes tonight special for me, because I've got so much history here, lots and lots of like years and years and years and years of history here, and so I'm just still very blessed by it.
First off, congratulations. Unbelievable. I've been a fan since heaven.
Oh,
right here, yes. Been a fan since.
Awesome.
Just a big fan. Here's my question. I've been wanting to ask you this question all day.
Okay.
And I talk about this all the time. How relevant you still are.
Oh,
how does that happen? What do you think about the fact that you've been doing this 30 years longer?
Longer. Yeah, 40 years.
And you're still so relevant as an artist, as a performer. Speak on it.
It's the goodness of God, the kindness of God. You just, first of all, the gospel is always relevant to me. Amen. Singing songs that uplift the heart and doing what God has called you to do, that never gets old. And as long as God has anointed me to sing his praises, and he's using it for his glory, I think I will remain relevant. Also having great people around me, working with my son, keeping young people around you, understanding people who understand who you are and not trying to change that, but also stretch you. You know, I'm always willing to be stretched, even though it's not comfortable. But really, I just, it's just God. He's just faithful, and He's called me to keep going. You know, and I'll do it until He tells me I can stay home with my grandkids. But thank you so much. It means a lot that you've been with me that long. You know, since heaven. So thank you.
Maybe we should show. I promise. Hey man, let's talk about the Unsung Hero album. That's like my walking out, bro. When I go walking, I listen to it all the time, man. Unsung Hero, the actual album. I love all the 80s and 90s influence on it. That's what, you know me, man. You know me, dude. So talk about that, man. Talk about how you guys made the decision to go in that direction. It was very conscious, obviously, that way you were, bringing Michael in on it, the Amy Grant thing. I just loved it all, man. So talk about that for a second.
I'm going to defer to Luke because Luke, I was so busy working on the film that Luke was really the champion of the Inspired by. So thank you, Billy.
Man, I think that those were the songs and the artists that kind of shaped all of us. In some cases, maybe I'm showing my age a little bit, but that's what I grew up on. I've got this joke that the music that you listen to between the ages of 4 and 5 and 9 and 10 is the music that you will the melodies and all the different things that are taking place in that time. It shapes your likes for the rest of your life. So when you start talking about a song like Place in This World, that is a world-class song. That is not just a good song in a certain genre, that is a world-class song. And so to me, I also felt like that song warranted a reintroduction, because the truth is every single one of us is still trying to find our place in this world, and if there was if God Only Knows was, kind of a song that was written for people going through mental illness of today, Place in This World was written all of those years ago that was dealing with the same thing. It's just something that we just didn't talk about all that much back then. So then the other thing is there's all these other artists, and one of the things that we thought was interesting was, we grew up with To Hell with the Devil as Stryper, and I was like, how do I make that palatable in today? And that was kind of fun to try and figure out, and then they've got in the movie Rhythm of Your Heart was, one of these songs that our sister would sing, and so we were like, well, let's go do a version of that. Well, how do we make a king and country version of Rhythm of Your Heart? Sometimes music, you create obstacles, you create challenges, and you see if you can solve them. The ones that we don't solve, you don't ever hear, but the ones that we can, hopefully that's the collection. And honestly, Billy, as far as easily listening through the whole entire album, that's the easiest album for me to listen to from beginning to end, partially because there's hits that you just never gets dry. There's these songs that take you back there, these memories. And so I'm proud of how it all came together, and glad that obviously you as a friend enjoy it as well.